Hey friends, so based on my title, you already know what this is about. Yes, I purposely didn't cover my plants when I knew there was going to be a frost. And that is because as much as I knew what was going to happen, I really wanted to see how this area was during that frost. I don't know, maybe I thought that the fence and the house would help, but it didn't. I think it helped a little bit, but overall the plants that don't survive frost basically let me know they didn't survive. So I'm going to take you on a tour to show you what plants did and didn't survive, and maybe they will continue to live. I don't know, we'll see. So to tell you that I did come out here that morning, it was a week ago, so you get to see how plants have survived after a week of frost, which is pretty neat. I didn't want to clean it. I wanted to show you what it really looked like the morning of. I did come out here and video what it looked like, and honestly it was beautiful. It was very shiny, it was a lot of crystals, and I actually really enjoyed it. It wasn't sad for me to see. I knew that the plants weren't going to make it past a certain temperature, and really it's exactly, it hit the lowest it got that night was 30 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's pretty cold. It's pretty cold. I will say that 100% I will cover my plants next time. There's a couple things that I should have covered over in the orchard, and I totally missed those. I will test out sowing some seeds later on as well to see if they make it through the temperature. And I've already blabbered too much, so let's just get to showing. This is what it looks like. And I will say that over here on this side, because I do have the garlic in place, the only thing that really was affected is my sweet potato. And I knew it. The sweet potato loves heat, and I wanted to show you what actually occurred. See what happened here? It's crispy and really dead. So basically, the plants that don't survive frost, the cells in the leaves, they automatically die. And that's why you see all the foliage turn brown, is because the cells die. They won't make it. See, the top, it just happened on the top. The bottom is a little affected, but we still have some green here. And this is exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see how far things would survive. So I'm still going to keep them here. I want to see what they look like. Maybe I'll cover them in the next frost and see if they hang on. Over here on this side, the only issues on this potato vine is the top foliage. The rest seems to still do okay. So anything that gets protected still survives. But it's the same thing. Pretty crispy leaves. That's just going to be compost. The Asian greens are good. The cilantro did well. The dill is doing great. The fennel. You can see another of my sweet potatoes. And the same thing. The sweet potatoes over here, vining out, are okay. It's just the top. Lettuce is doing good. I have some more lettuce growing there. And then this is my bean bed. This is the one that had the most problems. So let me repeat. Beans do not survive frost. And this is for future me too, because I'm going to come back to these videos and learn for myself. Look at my beans. So what I'm going to do is any of the pods that are still here, I'm going to let those dry. These are too small. They didn't mature. But there are quite a few pods here that will let dry and collect the beans or seeds. But this was beautiful, beautiful before the frost. And now is a droopy mess. The top that had the frost basically died, but the bottom is still going. So I'm gonna come back and remove all of this dead foliage and see if I can survive another frost with a cover. The onion chives are still going. The peas are going. The calendula is going. Quite a few. Oh, and in between, I think I have a broccoli. Broccolis do great during a frost. And I still have some beans here. Quite a few. Oh, someone got to that bean. I don't like that. What? Okay. This one surprised me because the other nasturtiums that I had didn't do well. But see, the top one is actually doing good. Only the ones on the side, so I'm not sure what happened here. But it's very crispy. Over here on the tomato side, tomato and basil, they don't look good at all. They're pretty much done. This is pretty much done. Very, very dried. Oh, I just realized I didn't remove those. Those are from the strawberries. Look at the basil. Basil is completely done. This is not as crispy. It's soft actually. And I'm hoping I can still collect the seeds. And that was the purpose of leaving them and having them grow this tall. One of the things that I have learned from this tall basil, because I just let it do its thing. That's another thing I'm learning is I do different things to plants. I will prune them and then I will let them just do their own thing, just so I can learn that variety. I think my memory's better that way. The one thing that I learned from keeping the basil, the one thing I learned from keeping the basil this tall is the fact that I passed by here and it smells so good. Like, there was no way that it would smell this good if the basil was short. So if you can, leave some basil in your pathway because the scent is amazing. You see this basil? It's completely in my walkway, but the moment I just come close to it, it smells divine. I really love it. These are the new strawberries that I got from the nursery, and I honestly really was scared for these, but there's no damage. They're doing so good. And look, I think I have some strawberries. What? This is actually my first strawberry. I just realized I have strawberries in December. Alright, let's move on. The calendulas down here are doing really well. I had added some carrot seeds here, and obviously carrots do good, even the little tiny ones. I don't know if you noticed, but my jalapenos, my peppers, have very little foliage. And I realized that my ratatouille friends love to eat pepper leaves and my peppers, mainly sweet bell peppers. That's why I only have mainly the fruit. Look, I mean, they've been bare sticks for a while. And if you notice, do you see that blue color? This is so strange. My Victoria Blue Salvia bloomed. That has been going there for quite a few months, and somehow, see, there's a couple there. I just snuck those in after the sunflowers were done, and I snuck in some salvia and December, and it's blooming. Marigolds, they do not do the winter, so don't consider keeping marigolds because they're pretty dead. The oregano, eucalyptus, even this tomatillo plant. Tomatillo plant really surprised me. It does look like it has some damage, but not as bad as I thought. Here's a frost damage, so it's not too bad compared to the entire plant. And that's a volunteer. Okay, lemon balm is doing so good. And then I really wanted to show you this so bad. Those are sunflowers. My sunflowers survived. Yes, they sure did. They look a little sad, I will say, but they even bloomed. Look! Can you see? Look at my blooms. I really thought I was gonna lose those, and those were gonna make me the most sad, but they didn't. That's because I waited so long for the blooms, and it was just around the frost time when they looked ready, and I thought I was gonna miss it, but I didn't. And then look at the giant sunflower over there. That one is getting ready to bloom, but it hasn't yet. So that's my tallest one out of this bunch. And when I mean some of them got a little sad, like look here. I mean, it's a little droopy, but I think we still have a bloom coming in. And over here, my okra, yeah, that one didn't do good. Completely gone. I'm just keeping those for the seeds. Down here I have the new stuff that I added. All of it did well. So we have our mustard greens, our collard greens, we have kohlrabi. This is the nasturtiums that didn't do well. The dill is doing really good here. That was a little sunflower that didn't grow, and as well as those. You see what happens when you have sunflowers combine, you don't trim them back, is that they try to grow and then they're super tiny. Like, I don't even know if anything's gonna happen there. And then we've got some more kohlrabi here, some more greens, the nasturtium, yeah, she's gone. And then these other kohlrabis, I think I have a lot of kohlrabi here. The eggplant basically died. And it's so strange to even see this bloom here, but we have a bloom. How strange is that? And this is what I love to do. I just love to see what their capabilities are, because if you look closely, I have foliage coming in. My plants are really trying to survive, and I appreciate them so much. Over here is one of my favorites. Look at this beautiful cabbage. The cabbage has some really cool sparkly colors with the frost, and it's like nothing happened. And look, I still have this petunia that's somewhat alive. Calendula is by far the star on the flowering plants. And then we have our broccoli. I haven't harvested broccoli, only the first time, because I wanted to see what happens when they go to flower. And it's starting to bloom. How beautiful. I want to see what happens with the seeds. I know the seeds are tiny, but it's going. They're all going. That's my bell pepper that lost its leaves due to my friends. Now the one that I'm most excited about is this sunflower. That is Autumn Beauty. Oh my gosh. Let me just show you. Do you see this baby of mine? And she bloomed. Oh my gosh. Ah, the sunlight. Let me get close. Look at all the blooms that are coming. Every single side here has a bud. I don't understand. I didn't even know this was possible with the sunflower. It is loaded with buds. And look at this beautiful sunflower. And the one at the very top, the mother of all. Is this normal? Do you have sunflowers in December? It didn't bloom for Thanksgiving. It bloomed just after, so the first week of December. Right now we are December 7th. Yeah, so just after Thanksgiving, she bloomed. She bloomed with the frost. And it has no frost damage. Let me take you back again so you understand the height of this sunflower. And look at the thickness of it. I mean, she is 1.5 inches or so in diameter. It's insane, look. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's a keeper. She is gonna be in this garden every year. And look at this other one. Her color is gorgeous. Perfect for the fall. She's just one. See the difference between a sunflower that only has one bud and one that has a gazillion? Just so many. While I'm on this bed, I'm gonna show you. I knew this was gonna happen. The watermelon just died completely. I know those are for the summer, but again, I was just checking to see what would happen. Over on this side, the marigolds are blooming. The top has a little damage, but this variety did a lot better than the other one. I love these colors. Not bad, and we still have a lot of buds. Over here, the new cilantro and the peas are doing well. The Victoria Blue Salvia is still blooming. I have marigolds that are really going. They look pretty bad. I still have blooms from the snapdragons. These are the butterfly madame. I believe that's the name of them. And I've got some purple cabbage here that just has a little bit of a stunt growth. Maybe we can get some cabbage going a little bit later. Same thing with the potato vine. Just the top layer looks a little crispy. We'll get that cleaned pretty soon. The coleus on this bed here suffered, so pretty crispy at the top, but still going. I mean, I could still propagate those and keep them going for next year. The zinnias are actually not bad. They have a lot still of the powdery mildew, but I still have zinnias going, even though they look a little bad. But the color is still part of the garden. Even over here, the zinnia here was so mushy with all the frost, but not all of them had the same issue. So we still have some color here. I had the other okra that doesn't have any okra. It's pretty much gonna go, but I will say I'm really curious about these little baby okras here. I've got a couple that I'm wondering if they'll grow. I'm gonna give it a try. Another nasturtium that survived. The corner seems to have worked for them, but not the eggplant. This is eggplant. It's pretty bad. Pretty crispy. And in here I've got some cilantro. Those are volunteer cilantros. And you know what? I forgot what this is. And I got it because it was a flowering plant. And I wanted some more color here. I believe it's like an orange color. Let me see if I can find the tag. Found the tag on this one. This is pineapple sage. So it struggled a bit, but just the top. The bottom is all pretty green and beautiful. And this one over here, this Brussels sprout, oh my gosh, this has been here forever. And it looked beautiful with all the frost. And it's like nothing happened. I love it. That's it. I wanted to show you everything that I'm learning because I think later on I'll be able to teach a lot more. And I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for everyone who entered the contest. I did announce the winner of the compost bin, and I believe she's almost receiving it. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around with me and watching me fail. It's the best way to learn. So be patient and love on your plants. I knew what this was going to do to them, and I sacrificed them just for my knowledge. So I hope you have a great and fun December. I will be adding some more stuff soon. I think the next video is going to be on some Christmas gift ideas, because we all need that in our lives. Some gardening Christmas gifts. Yes, so I got those ideas for you coming up. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.